to the channel and welcome to my top 10 things I couldn't live without when Sid's been between the age of 6 and 9 months. And number 10, I have this, which probably won't mean very much to a lot of you, and I'll take it out, but what I will do is insert a photo here because this is a tie-on high chair. So we've just been on holiday to France and I use this so many times. So basically, you get it from Jojo, Mum and Bebe. I'm not sure if you can get them anywhere else, but that is where I got mine. So basically, you hook it over the back of a chair when you're out in a restaurant, and then baby sits here, and you tie it up around them, and there's some little loops at the back to secure it. And it just means that you have got a high chair with you anywhere you go, and it's really compact, so you can just tie that up. As you saw before, it's just that little bag size. I won't put it back in right now, but it's really compact, so you can just so easy to take that with you in your changing bag, and then you're never going to be without a high chair. In at number 9, we have these. These are stickies for the bath, and I used an Angel Care bath rest for Sid until he was about 6 months old, and he just got too wriggly for it and he would not sit in it. So then I got some of these because I put him in the big bath and I was literally like holding onto him whilst trying to bathe him. It was getting really difficult. So I got some of these, and you just stick them into the bottom of the bath, and it just means baby doesn't slip over, and they're really fun colours. He spends a lot of his time in the bath trying to peel them off the bottom now as well. I got these from Amazon. I will put the link below, but you can get, they're everywhere. You don't need to buy these specific ones, just any really that stick to the bottom of the bath, and they will save some bumped heads, I am sure. And number 8, we've got books, and we've got quite a lot of board books, but these are two of Sid's favourite books. This is called That's Not My Owl, and inside it's got loads of textures. Now they do a whole series of these books and with the textures in, and when I first started reading them to him, we didn't really get it, but as time's gone on, now whenever we turn to the page, you can probably see this book's quite well read, but whenever we turn to the page, he loves just stroking the textures. So a texture board book. Also, we've got Peepo, one of the greatest classic baby books, and we read this before bed and before nap time in the afternoon. And for those of you who've never seen it before, it's just about a little baby and his day, but it's got these lovely interactive pages with the little holes on where he peeps through, and it says Peepo. So that is another great book. But I think just books in general, I was amazed at how once he turned 6 months, he really was interested in sitting and reading the book with me. Not all of the time, but just at certain times during the day. And number 7 is the sleeping bag. Now I used these when Sid was quite young as well, probably from about 4 months. And I found that as he's got older, if there's a night comes where he isn't in his sleeping bag, he actually doesn't sleep so well. I think it's kind of part of his sleep association that he knows he puts his sleeping bag on and we read a book and then he goes to sleep. So I bought some, I've got thick ones for the winter, and because it's been so hot recently, I have got some grow bag ones that are just cotton. So they're really just, they're so light, and they're just there to cover them lightly as they sleep, and they're really safe as well. It means that once they're zipped into them, you don't have the fear like you do with blankets that they might wriggle down and the blanket could get over their head. So sleeping bags are the way forward. Number 6 is my Tommy Tippy flask. I breastfed Sid until he was 6 months old. I started weaning him off the breast and onto bottles. Now he's fully bottle fed rather than breastfed, and bottle feeding was a minefield to me. I had no idea where to even begin, and a friend of mine had this and she recommended it, and I got it. I think they're about £8, and it's just a flask. It's just a flask inside. You put the hot water in it. It keeps it hot. It will keep it hot all night long. And this is like an insulated bit that you can pour the water in and then warm the bottle in. That has been a lifesaver on so many occasions, and it works really well. It's a really good flask. These are my number 5. These are padded floor mats. We live in an apartment with wooden floors throughout, which is amazing when it comes to cleaning, when it comes to cleaning up after babies. When it comes to crawling, not so great. So I got some of these. These are big ones. These ones are 50 centimeters by 50 centimeters, and I got them from Argos. They were £9.99 for 4, or you could get 2 packs for £15. I'm not sure if the deal's still on, but I got 2 packs of those. So those were my first purchase, and then I got a little bit carried away with myself and I got the alphabet letter ones too, which are, as you can see, much smaller. I'd say they're probably 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. I don't actually have all of them out because picking up after them at the end of the day is a bit of a nightmare, especially when all of the letters come out, because the letter comes out the middle. I found Sid really likes chewing these letters, and he likes pulling them apart. It's like a giant jigsaw puzzle, although he only does the pulling, not the putting back together. I just got out the ones that spell his name, so we've just got the Sydney ones out at the moment. But those, again, they're not quite as padded, but they're just great to have, trying to cover some surfaces. Especially now he's crawling, he's all over the place. And number 4 is sensory balls. Now these are actually from 2 different sets, but I will put some links for ones down below. I've got some big ones, I got some sort of medium-sized ones, and they're different. This one's softer than this one, and he really loves rolling them around and chasing after them, and he loves the texture of them, and when he's been teething, he likes to chew them too. So I'm not sure if they're actually designed for children younger than 6 months. I don't think so, but he's been using them since he was about 6 months, and I just had one and I've progressively bought more. So yeah, sensory balls or some other kind of sensory toy. And number 3 is his jumperoo. I've done a vlog on the jumperoo compact, so if you want to, you can find that on my channel and you can have a look, because that will just show you how easy it is to put together and to fold down. We don't have super huge amount of space, so I definitely went with the compact version, and it's been great because it plays tunes and he can bounce in it. He'll quite happily play in that. He had quite bad reflux when he was a baby. Everyone told me it was nothing to be worried about because he was eating and he was putting on weight, and so I didn't. And it is much better now. He's 9 months old, but still, if he goes and plays after he's eaten his breakfast or his lunch, he will be sick. So I put him in his jumperoo, and then at least he's upright, and he seems to be fine jumping around. I think it's just that he's so active at the moment with crawling and sitting that he bends over quite a lot, and that makes him a little bit sick. So the jumperoo is a lifesaver for that, and also if you just need 5 minutes, it's a great. If you just need to wash the bottles or put a load of clothes in the washing machine, you can pop him in the jumperoo, and I know that he's safe. At number 2, you may have seen this if you've watched any of my Wonderful World of Weaning videos on our weaning progress with Sid, was this Tommy Tippy. It's a roll bib, so it rolls up and goes inside like that. I got this from Waitrose. You can buy them from everywhere. I think they're about £3, and literally it is the only bib I ever use now because you can wash it clean. And I usually put a cotton bib underneath just to save the clothes, and then I put this on top, and he just about a month ago now realizes that the food drops in here, which saves the washing for me, but he sometimes will then decide he wants it back and get it out of there, so it means he eats a little bit more too. So Tommy Tippy roll bib. And finally at number 1 is our trip trap. There's also a video on the construction and unboxing of our trip trap. We got a grey one and I love it. People have said they're not very comfortable, but really, since he's been sat in it, I've adjusted it 2 or 3 times. It's so simple to adjust. What we did buy was the tray for it, which it didn't come with, and we just felt we needed. I know that they're designed for them to sit at the table, and that's really good, but what happens is he pushes his food and then he pushes it out of his own reach, and then he was getting really sad. So at least with the tray, he can reach everything on the tray, and it makes it easier cleaning up wise for me. One thing I have found with the trip trap is the harness is quite difficult to adjust, but I guess that's just a safety feature, and you definitely do need a harness with it. So yeah, so that was my top 10. I hope you enjoyed watching today. If you do, then please subscribe to the channel. There's a subscribe button just up here, and that will mean you don't miss anything from us going forward. Really look forward to seeing you here again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.